Hi team, I hope you're all well. Welcome to days 5, 6 and 7 of Summerween. I'm so excited. Another video started, another Summerween merch. This one is from 2023 as promised. I am sweating though, I will be changing out of this once I've started this video. But happy Summerween days 5, 6 and 7. It is day 4 officially, I think, of the readathon, but for me it is day 5. It is Tuesday the 8th and I will be finishing this on Thursday, so I can get it all wrapped up and edited Thursday evening and get it uploaded for while I'm away in London on J10do. So that is exciting. But it does mean it's the last 3 days. Tomorrow I am at work for my dad. I have booked the other day off so I can have it at home to get packed for London and get this video edited and just make sure that I'm on top of my shit with work before I go swanning off to London for the weekend. So on that basis, let's get into what I'm going to be reading for this final vlog for Summerween. I do have some quite ambitious reads, to be fair, that I would like to get to for these last 3 days. Like I say, I will be out tomorrow at work. I'm getting my nails done first thing in the morning, and then I'm going to be at work for the rest of the day. However, my nail appointment is at 9:30, so I'll be leaving the house approximately 9:15. But I will probably get up with Andy at 5:30, so I'll have some time to get some reading in the morning, and then I'll go and get my nails done. I'll be at work. I'll be finishing work around 4, 4:30, and then I should be home for about 4:30, 5-ish. And then I have a couple of hours before Andy gets home where I can smash a little bit of reading in then as well. So we're going to do all of that tomorrow, but today I have the whole day at home, and the same thing goes for Thursday, which is fantastic news. So it's currently 10 to 7. I've just wrapped up days 3 and 4 and I need to get that edited. I have edited half of the video already, so I just have the other half to go. So I'm going to get that edited, and I've got sprints with Gavin at 11 o'clock. So I've got a good chunk of hours this morning to get some stuff done, which is great news. Now, as far as reads are concerned, as I mentioned, kind of ambitious, I will say, but there's still a lot that I kind of want to get to for Summerween. So one of the ones that I definitely want to get to that is actually on my July TBR, and I have been mentioning since the beginning of Summerween, is Bird Box by Josh Malerman. I think this is the book that I'm going to aim for today. Very excited. It's not going to take me too long to get through at all. And then I would like to complete and get up to date with the Summer Hikaru Died. So I've got volumes 4 and 5. I was struggling yesterday with Dracula, so I kind of want to go back to this one because it's in my head already. So I do have 4 and 5 of the Summer Hikaru Died. Another book that I would really like to get to that I have on my Kindle and don't physically own is Joyland by Stephen King. I feel like this would be a really, really good Summerween book. I was having a conversation with Gavin about it yesterday because naturally we were talking about Stephen King because it's Gavin. But I really wanted to pick up like a Stephen King book. I always kind of want to go for a Stephen King if I can during Summerween. And I feel like Joyland's a good one. It's a nice short one, and I haven't read it before, and it seems like a summery read, and he did agree. So I want to do that one if at all possible. Again, a kind of short episode. I think the audiobooks are around a similar size of this, like 7.5 hours maybe. So I might be able to do Bird Box and Joyland today. We'll see. Maybe even if it crosses over into tomorrow, we'll see. But then I'll probably save the Summer Hikaru Died for tomorrow maybe. And then on Thursday there's a new release that I want to get to that I have an arc of, but I'm waiting for the audiobook to be released, and I've got it pre-ordered. But I've got The Reaper by Jackson P. Brown, which is it's kind of like a horror fantasy, but I don't know if it is actually classed as a horror fantasy or not. It is definitely a fantasy, but I don't know how the horror elements are. A pacey urban fantasy debut, but it's got a Reaper in it, so sounds great to me. And there's like a murder mystery in it as well. So I'm intrigued by this one. It sounds very, very good, and I'm very excited to get to it. So I thought that Thursday I can just spend the whole day reading this one. And the prompt for Thursday for Instagram as well, the Instagram prompt is a book in nature. So today I'm going to aim to try and get a picture of this maybe in my garden or something, and then I can do my review for Thursday night for it on release day, which I think is really good. So yeah, that's my intention with that on Thursday. So those are my reading plans for the next few days. I did really want to read Camp Slaughter as well, but I don't think I'm going to be able to fit that in. If I was home tomorrow and not working, I would be able to fit that in as well, but I don't think I'm going to be able to fit that one in, unfortunately. I may do no promises, but I may do myself, I've got a 24-hour timer challenge later on in the month that I'm doing with my patrons for F1 Readathon, and I'm tempted to do a 24-hour Summerween, essentially. So pick a book for each of the prompts and just do 24 hours of Summerween for the end of the month. So I might do that at the end of the month, and maybe Camp Slaughter can go on there. But yeah, these are my goals for the rest of the week. I am also supposed to be on the read-along as well for Kill Your Darlings by Peter Swanson. I mentioned it at the beginning of Summerween. They are very delayed on getting those out, and B, getting the read-along started. So I don't know when I'm going to fit that in, to be perfectly honest, because I had planned for it during this portion of the video. Maybe it might become like a nighttime read or something, we'll see, but I might get to that as well. I doubt it, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, these are my plans, along with Joyland by Stephen King, because I really want to pick that one up. So let's get going, shall we? Let's roll the tape. Let's go. Okay, hello. It is 20 past 10. It has been quite the productive morning for me. I have gotten Summerween days 3 and 4 video edited. I have filmed another video and edited that. So I've gotten quite a bit of work done this morning, and I'm now 104 pages into Bird Box as well. I'm also waiting for the curse. Oh, shit.
2 very boring minutes later.
As I was saying, I was waiting for the Curse Carved in Bone sale with Forever Loot, and then I'd just gotten through the queue, so just had to buy that real quick. Yeah, so it's been a productive morning. I have gotten quite a bit done. I ended up putting this back on after changing my t-shirt to film changing my top to film the other video, because I'm actually a little bit chilly today, I'm not going to lie. It's gloriously sunny outside, and I think it might heat up as the day goes on, but I am a bit chilly today. So, anyway, Bird Box by Josh Malerman. This is really good. I'm going to read you the synopsis first and then tell you what's gone on so far. So it says, most people dismissed the reports on the news, but they became too frequent. They became too real, and soon it was happening to people who we knew. Then the internet died. The televisions and the radios went silent. The phones stopped ringing, and we couldn't look outside anymore. A terrifying psychological thriller that will haunt you long after reading. So I am currently 105 pages in. That synopsis gives you almost nothing. I have watched the movie of Bird Box and really enjoyed it. And so I know a general gist of what's going to happen here. But basically we are following Mallory, who is our main character. And in the first chapter, we follow her with 2 children, boy and girl. That's their names. They're 4 years old, same age. And they live in a house in the woods, but when they go outside, they have to put like a blindfold on, essentially. I think in the theory of it is that there's monsters outside, or there is something outside that means that you need to blindfold yourself. Otherwise, you will end up in a situation where you go completely mad and then unalive yourself. So it's quite a serious situation. A couple more chapters in, we then got before this happened. So like Mallory finding out she's pregnant, she was living with her sister. And then 6 months before baby is born, we get another flashback kind of thing. And this is interwoven in current day. So we're getting some clips in the past, and then we're getting some in current day. And it's really interesting so far. I'm really enjoying it. It's building the story up really nicely. And I think if I remember correctly, this is how the movie's told as well. So we get flashbacks to this whole thing building up and what happened, like the last 4 years, because present day is it's been 4 years since what happened when she found out she was pregnant. So yeah, it's really good. And I think I remember that, like I said, the movie being laid out in the exact same way. It is quite atmospheric so far. The way in which Josh goes into the detail of how some people have unalived themselves and the messiness of that is quite gory. I will say there's been a couple of times where I've gone, ugh. But I'm enjoying it so far. I'm having a good time. I'm yet to meet a Josh Malerman book that I haven't enjoyed. This is his debut, so I'm excited to be reading this one. And there is a sequel to this as well called Mallory. So if I enjoy this, I'll definitely get to Mallory as well. But yeah, having a good time with this so far. It's not going to take me too much longer to get through this. 2 hours and 15 minutes left on the audio. It is quite a quick, fast-paced audio, and the text in here is quite large anyway. Enjoying the audiobook. Like I say, it is now 26 minutes past 10. So I'm going to continue reading this until sprints start at 11 and make my way through another chunk of this. And then maybe in the first 2 sprints, I will get this finished and I can move on to something else. So having a good time so far, really enjoying it. I also did myself just a couple of sprints to keep myself concentrating on this. So having a good time. Just wanted to come on and give you an update, let you know how my morning had gone, how productive I've been and stuff. I would have had this finished by now if I'd have just read this morning, but I wanted to get Summerween days 3 and 4 edited so it can go up. And then I was in the mood then to film and edit a little bit more. So I ended up filming another video. So now the only video that I have to do now for this week and next week is this video. Summerween days 5, 6 and 7. I've got all of next week's videos filmed, edited, scheduled, ready to go, all 3 of them, because I'm doing another 3 videos next week. So amazing. That means next week I can literally concentrate on reading. That is it. After Thursday evening, I won't have anything to edit and schedule. And the only thing I'll be filming then is the next reading vlog that I'm going to be doing, which is exciting. So I'm happy about that. I'm very much so ahead on content, which is good news. It means that I can concentrate on reading for other vlogs then, which is fabulous. So exciting. I'm going to go carry on with this and I'll check back in with you and have something to tell you probably when I'm finished this. Okay, hello. It is later on in the day. It's currently 20 to 4. I'm still on sprints with Gav. Don't know if I've ever filmed from this view before, but I have finished Struggles Bird Box by Josh Malerman. I liked this. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I thought it was really good. I have seen the movie before picking this one up, and I really liked the movie. I really enjoyed the movie. I love Sandra Bullock. She's one of my favourite actresses of all time. And yeah, I really love the movie. So this was very good. I obviously already had kind of like the pictures on play in my head from the movie, which helped me along a little bit. But I liked this. I thought it was really good. I thought it was very atmospheric, very dark, quite claustrophobic as well, because obviously in this one you're not supposed to look at the monsters because that's how you end up going mad. But yeah, I thought it was really, really good and I really enjoyed myself with it. So I'm very glad that I've picked this one up, and I definitely would try Mallory as well. So that's definitely something that's now on my radar too. I didn't want to get... I've been picking Mallory up every time I go in a bookstore since I got Bird Box, but I didn't want to get it just in case I didn't enjoy this one. But I did like it. I think I can confidently say that Josh Malerman's one of my go-to horror authors now, because I've really enjoyed this one. I gave this one 4 stars. I gave The House at the Bottom of the Lake. A House at the Bottom of the Lake. Yeah, I gave that one 4 stars. There was a novella that I read from him that I gave 4 stars, and then I gave 5 stars to Incidents Around the House as well. So I definitely want to pick up more from Josh Malerman. I'm very keen for Goblin and also Pearl, but I would like to read Mallory as well. So yeah, a 4-star for Josh for sure. And then I think I'm going to move on to Joyland by Stephen King. I just quite fancy the idea of this one. I was talking to Gavin about it yesterday. I can't remember if I've mentioned this or not. Talking to Gavin about it yesterday as the fact that it was a potential for me to read during Summerween. So it's a shorty patooty-ish. It's the audiobook will be quicker to get through than this one, only by about 20 minutes, I think. But the synopsis for this one is college student Devin Jones took the summer job at Joyland hoping to forget the girl who broke his heart, but he wound up facing something far more terrible: the legacy of a vicious murder, the fate of a dying child, and the dark truths about life and what comes after that would change his world forever. A riveting story about love and loss, about growing up and growing old, and about those who don't get to do either because death comes to them before their time. Joyland is at once a mystery and a horror story, and a bittersweet coming-of-age novel, one that will leave even the most hard-boiled reader profoundly moved. Interesting. So yeah, I think I'm going to give this one a bash. This could end up bleeding into tomorrow as well, because it is already 3:45. I think we're going to get 2 more sprints out of today. But we have been quite chatty in between sprints as well. I think we've been chatting for like 25 minutes in between each sprint. So yeah, this may bleed into tomorrow, because I would also like to watch Gavin's Summerween videos as well. His days 1 and 2 goes live today. I did start watching it earlier because we had early access as patrons. So I would kind of like to watch that as well. So yeah, I'm going to get started with this and see how this goes. First chapter is 29 minutes. No surprise there at Stephen King having very long chapters. Just no need, is there, Stephen? No need whatsoever. Anywho, I'm going to go and read this. So I'll chat to you in a little bit. Okay, good morning. It is early. It is currently 2 minutes to 6. Oh shit, 2 minutes to 6 in the morning. And it is a Wednesday morning, so it is day 6. Is that correct? Day 6. Tomorrow is going to be the last day, and I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed, I've got to be honest. There's quite a few books I still want to get to. I didn't get through as much as I'd hoped yesterday. So I did finish... Did I come back on and tell you about Bird Box? I think I did. I did finish Bird Box yesterday, gave it 4 stars, and then I moved on to Joyland by Stephen King, which I'm currently 50 pages through. I was hoping to have read that all of yesterday, like the whole thing yesterday as well, because it's not too long. However, it didn't work out that way. I did, once I kind of got to a certain point in the day, I just kind of stopped wanting to read. So I think, again, it's because I've gone like balls to the wall with my reading, and I've also been balls to the wall with work as well. So I decided to treat myself to some YouTube watching. So I did watch Gav's days 1 and 2 vlog. I watched Kayla's days 1, 2 and 3 vlog, and then I watched Gavin's days 3 and 4 vlog because I have early access with me being a patron. So I did consume a bunch of Summerween content yesterday, which does mean that I'm now out of Summerween content again. Oh no, Kim has uploaded one as well. I do have that in my watch later list, so maybe later on today I can watch that. Albeit today is a work day, so my plan for the day, I am going to edit this vlog up until this clip, actually including this clip, so that I'm up to date with that. It shouldn't take me too long to do, maybe an hour or so. And then I'm going to spend the rest of my time before I need to leave for the house at probably the latest 8:45 reading. So like I say, I am currently reading Joyland. I might prioritize that, or it depends on how I'm feeling. I am still a little bit sleepy, to be honest. I probably could have stayed in bed another hour or two, but I do need to get up because I'm also reading an arc in the background that I've been very slowly making my way through, but release day was yesterday and I should have had it finished by now, and I've just not been prioritizing it. So if I can get that finished during Summerween as well, that would be fantastic. The arc in question is Untouchable by Sarah Purtell. I'll show a picture of it on the screen, and it is a motorcycle romance. It's not very Summerween-esque at all, but like I say, release day was yesterday and I should have been prioritising it and I wasn't. So I did get in bed last night, and instead of continuing on with Joyland, I picked that up and read like 79 pages of that last night. So I could do with getting that finished. It's not too long. It's like 264 pages and I'm currently 96 pages in. So I do still have a ways to go with it, but I think because it's my nighttime read, I've only been reading it at night in bed. I can use it for that prompt, unless I make the decision to start reading it this morning. So we'll see what happens with that. If I can get through Joyland this morning though, or a good chunk of that this morning, I can continue on with Untouchable when I get home from work / tonight. So yeah, I don't know. I'm going to try and get through that one as well. Let me tell you what it's about though while it's in this vlog. I might as well. My name is Adrian Hernandez, ace to the people I now call my family, and I owe my life to the man who saved me. He took me under his wing, brought me into his club, and helped me get my life back on track when all hope seemed lost, which is why I can't say no when he entrusts me with protecting the most important thing on earth to him, his daughter. I seem to be the only one in this club who hasn't secretly fantasized about a night with Katerina Anderson until we hit the road to nowhere, Wyoming, and I start to uncover the woman behind the glare she is known for. I'm helpless against my feelings for her, but what does it matter when she's completely untouchable? So we have already met. We get dual POV in this book between Ace and Katerina, which is nice. This does seem to be like a clean motorcycle club. I don't know how to explain it, but they don't appear to deal in like drugs or guns or anything like that, which is not what I'm used to from... Is that what I'm used to? Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not sure if any of the other motorcycle romances I've read have not necessarily dealt with that either, or specified it, to be perfectly honest. I've just got Sons of Anarchy in my head when I hear motorcycle romance. That's the problem. Anywho, it is a like clean club essentially. They've had a conversation with somebody who wants to partner up with them in dealing drugs, and they're like straight up no. So, and this has become now part of the problem and part of the reason that I think these two are going to end up having to hit the road to protect Katerina. So we have this situation here where she's obviously very much so out of bounds because she is the president's son of the MC, president's daughter of the MC. And Ace seems to be the only one that doesn't... I will say he has mentioned several times in his chapters how he feels about her and like eyeing her up. So it's not necessarily true what is mentioned in the synopsis about I seem to be the only one in this club who hasn't secretly fantasized about a night with Katerina. I'm not sure that's 100% true. I've got to be honest. It would appear that Ace and Katerina used to be friends many, many moons ago, and he now keeps his distance. So I don't know if we're going to get an explanation for that. I'm not sure. But we're already at a point where he has had to protect her at least once in a situation. So yeah, it's going all right so far. I'm having a good time with it. It is now picking up. It started off slow, which was probably also on me because I was reading like a chapter here and a chapter there, which a book always starts off slow for me if I do that. I mean, any book would. So there is that I'm also kind of reading in the background as well. So my intention, I think, will be to edit this vlog up to and including this clip, read Joyland this morning, try and get as far as I can with Joyland this morning, and then I will finish it off this evening when I get home from work, and then dive into either a volume of The Summer Hikaru Died, because I would like to finish those two as well this week, or dive straight into Untouchable and get that, try and prioritise that today as well, because tomorrow I want to prioritize The Reaper by Jackson P. Brown. So I want to try and prioritize that tomorrow. It's going to be another early get up tomorrow. However, I'm not doing sprints tomorrow, so it's literally me, myself and I the whole day reading that book. So I'm hoping that I'm able to get through it so long as I don't get too distracted. And the earlier that I can get that finished, the earlier I can wrap this up, and the earlier I can get this edited, scheduled, ready to go, so that I can pack my bags ready for London on Friday, because I need to do that tomorrow as well. And I still don't know if I'm short of some stuff. So I probably should have done that yesterday so that I could, if need to be, while I'm out today, nip to the supermarket and get some more stuff. But alas, it is what it is. So yeah, that is my plan. So I need to get a shufti on because I only have like 2 hours and 40 minutes before I need to leave the house. I'm getting my nails done first thing this morning as well. So very quickly, these are my current nails. I will show you what my new nails look like. I have no idea what I'm getting yet, so I will show you later what my new nails look like. So I'm going to go. The sun is coming out. Hello to the sun. How you doing? Yeah, let's go. Okay, good morning. It is Thursday. It is day 7 for me of Summerween. It's the last day. It is currently at 6:27 in the morning. I've been up since 5:30. I've put a wash on. I've just been updating Core Pile and Goodreads and Storygraph and getting my shit together. Yesterday I barely vlogged. My intention was to just get little clips of my day throughout the day while I was at work. It was just such a busy day and I just didn't get a chance to. And then I got home and I was like, oh shit, I'm still filming a vlog. And I completely forgot. So I do apologise about that. And then when I got home, I was just absolutely exhausted yesterday. I don't know what came over me. So I literally got back and I watched Gabby's day 3 and 4 vlog. I watched the rest of Gavin's month in a life as a full-time YouTuber video, which was absolutely fascinating. And if you haven't watched it yet, please give it a read. It was so very good. Really, really fascinating. May give that one a try myself or something similar in August. Have had the okay from Gavin. Actually, it was by his encouragement that I think I'm going to give that a bash, because I just think it's really, really fascinating to know actually how many hours we're putting in. So yeah, that one was really interesting. Did take me about 4 days to get through because it is much longer than a feature-length movie, but it's really, really worth the time. I would recommend it. I'll leave a link to it in the description box down below, as well as Gabby's video as well. And then what did we do? Oh, we had tea. We had spag bol for tea last night, spaghetti bolognese. And Andy's just been making his way through Clarkson's Farm again. We love the series. So he started at season 1. Must have been yesterday morning or the night before. And we kind of just dived back in at like episode 3 of season 1. And then I went up to bed to do a little bit of reading and he stayed downstairs and he just didn't come to bed. He fell asleep on the couch. So story of his life. When it's really, really warm like this, he tends to do that. He finds it's a lot cooler downstairs than it is upstairs. So, and it's easier than us just making each other warmer and warmer in bed. So reading update. I have a couple of things actually to update you before we get into what my plans are for the day. So I was reading Joyland yesterday by Stephen King. I was reading it in the morning and I managed a grand total of, I've been making a note of my pages so that for the end of the week I can do one of those what I read during Summerween posts on Instagram, struggles. So yesterday I did read 104 pages of Joyland in the morning before I went to work. Made some really good progress in this and I made it to 55%. What I will say is that my intention then was when I get home to finish it off. However, I don't care. I don't know how to explain to you how little I care about this book. And I'm really sad about it because I was so excited about this book. I'm also equally sad about it because I was really excited about Camp Slaughter. And it was between Camp Slaughter and between Joyland what I picked up for like when I was picking this book up. So I'm devastated because I do wonder if I would have liked Camp Slaughter more. There's potential for me to find out by the end of the month. But yeah, this book is supposed to be about a amusement park where a serial killer had a rampage many, many moons ago. And I think it's supposed to be about maybe like a ghostly entity or something on one of the rides that Devin comes across. Or something along those lines. Anyway, that's what I've gleaned from the synopsis and from the reviews that I've seen of this book. Because naturally I've done my usual trick of going through Goodreads. Because a lot of the reviews for this book are 4 and 5 star. A lot of people love it, which is great, and I love that for them. And it makes sense because it's Stephen King. This isn't my first DNF from Stephen King, and I can guarantee you it will not be my last. But the thing I'm struggling with this the most is that so far we've had a little bit of a glimpse into the amusement park. We've had a couple of warnings against going into such and such a ride because it's haunted. And we have had the psychic at the amusement park. She's not a psychic. She's like she is a little bit. She can, she's got another sight or whatever. We've had her mention a couple of things to Devin, our main character, that appear to be coming true. So that is for the most part, it. That's what's been going. We've had Devin heartbroken because of Wendy, his ex-girlfriend. And we've had a romance between Erin and Tom. And then there's a woman on the beach with her son and the dog. Do they have a dog? I can't remember. Yeah, they do. We've had a woman on the beach with her son and the dog that live not too far away from where Devin's staying. And they're involved as well. But for the most part, we're getting glimpses into Devin's life. And I truly don't care about Devin as a character. His life is really fucking boring. Really boring. So my intention with this book was that I was interested in the amusement park. I was interested in the eerie, creepy vibes I was hoping for, the chills and thrills. And I was interested in this whole story where there was a serial killer involved with the amusement park at some point. And maybe there's like some ghostly entity or something now causing a little bit of chaos. That's what I was looking for. And so far, 55% in, we've had almost 0 of that. And I'm bored. I'm really bored, and I don't want it to come in right towards the end, the whole intention of why I was picking this book up, because I just don't see the point. And I could just plough through the last hour and a half of the audiobook, but I don't care. And it's an hour and a half I could be spending on another book. So I've actually DNF'd this one, and I'm so sad about it. Like, I'm really gutted. I'm more sad about this DNF than I was about Horror Hotel DNF, even though I don't physically own this one, which is now a good thing, and I'm glad I don't own it. And I owned Horror Hotel and loved the cover of that. I'm just really sad about this one because I don't like to DNF Stephen King books. I DNF'd 11/22 7, whatever the fuck that book is called. I DNF'd that one because, again, I was in it for the preventing the JFK assassination, and it was taking way too fucking long to get to that point. I think I got about 250 pages into that book and nothing had happened. Almost nothing had happened. So I DNF'd that one. So that, like I say, this isn't my first DNF from King, and it will not be my last, but I am sad about it because it is a shorty patootie and it should have been easy to get through. I will say I'm 155 pages in and I feel like I've been reading for 400 pages. So there's also that to take into account as well. It's not like it's a quick read. So yeah, I've decided to DNF that one. Really sad about it, not gonna lie. Then I got in bed last night and I decided to pick up the Summer Hikaru Died so I could at least finish something tomorrow and have something else finished for this vlog. So I did read this one. This one has started to get to that point where, you know, where I get really restless when my manga has way too much text in it. So I like Death Note, for example, and Spy Family, I ended up DNFing because the mangas, the more volumes I got into it, the more text was in it, and I was getting really annoyed with it. This has started to get to that point. However, I did continue on with it. I still gave it 3.5 stars. It is not becoming interesting, but it is interesting, and this did leave me on quite the cliffhanger. Actually, I've just remembered what happened at the end. This did leave me on quite the cliffhanger, so I would like to get to volume 5 today at some point. Fuck knows when I'm going to find that time to fit that in, but I would like to get to volume 5 at some point. But yeah, 3.5 stars for this one. What else am I reading? Untouchable by Sarah Purcell. I don't know if I'm going to get this finished in this vlog, and that bothers me. somewhat because I've mentioned it now and I don't think I can just cut that bit out. So I'm just going to continue to mention it. I did only read about 19 pages in bed last night because I was so frigging tired. So I'm now up to page 115. It's not too long. I think it's only like 260 pages. So it would only be another 150 pages for me to get this finished. But yeah, I'm like 42% in now. So does that make sense? Yeah, I think that makes sense. So this morning, my intention for the day is to read The Reaper by Jackson P. Brown. It is release day for this book today. So I would like to read this one today. And that is my goal for the day, but it's not a short book either. It's got like 13 hours on audio. So it's going to be a heavy reading day today. But I do also want to nip out. I don't want you guys thinking that I never leave the fucking house. I told you I was going out yesterday to work and I didn't prove it in a single clip. So I do need to get a couple more things for this trip this weekend. Nothing like leaving it to the last minute. I was going to go into Wigan to do that, but it's a further trip and I run the risk of going into the bookstore and buying books that I don't need. So I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to nip to St Helens, which is not too far from me. It's like literally a 10-minute trip or so, 15-minute trip maybe. And I'm going to go into Matalan. I'm also going to go into TK Maxx and have a wander around. Zoe was texting me last night with all the Summerween stuff they've got in TK Maxx. Do I need to be buying shit from TK Maxx? I absolutely do not. But am I going to go and have a look anyway? Yep. It seems like a fitting vlog to do that in. So I'm going to take you out this afternoon. I'm going to take myself out and I'm going to take you out this afternoon. I actually might do it this morning, but obviously it's 20 to 7, so nowhere's open yet. So I'm going to wait for the traffic to die down. We might go out for about 10:30-ish. So we might do that so that it's done and dusted and then I can come home and literally smash my way through this book. That's what I want to do today. So we're going to nip out, we're going to go to TK Maxx and Matalan and we're going to get The Reaper read today. However, I also would like to get, if I could get Untouchable finished today, that would be fantastic. So I think what I'm going to do, because I've gotten the audiobook of The Reaper and I don't know why they do this, but instead of just releasing it at midnight, they release it at 8 a.m. in the UK. I don't know if that's to tie in with the US. Why we need to do that, I don't fucking know. But so they release it at 8 a.m. in the UK. So I currently have an hour and 20 minutes until that audiobook is released. So what I'm going to do is actually sit down and get as far as I possibly can in Untouchable this morning to see what I can smash out in the next hour and 20 minutes. And if I'm not too far from the end, I will finish this. And then I will get into The Reaper before we go out and see how far I can get into that before we go out this morning. So that is what I'm going to do today. And if I can fit in the Summer Hikaru Died Volume 5, I will do. But I also this evening need to edit this vlog. So that's another thing that I need to be doing this evening. So I need to cut off this video at a reasonable point today because I will not have time to edit it in the morning. I need to edit it tonight. So I mean, we're edited right up until this clip. This clip is not edited, but we're edited up until this. Actually, that's not true. I've got some B-roll, but that doesn't take too long. So long as I can keep my clips, she says 13 minutes in. As long as I can keep my clips short today, I needed to give you an update because I barely spoke to you yesterday, but as long as I can keep my clips short today, we should be good to go for editing this evening, getting like an hour and a half editing session this evening. So yeah, that's my intention. So read Untouchable until the release of The Reaper audiobook at 8 o'clock. See how far I get with this, then make a decision whether to finish it or to just then dive straight back into The Reaper and potentially sacrifice that I don't get this finished today, which would be annoying, but it is what it is. And then go out about 10, half 10. That's the plan. So let's go. That's the plan, Stan. That's the plan, Jan. Oh, Jan's with Gabby today. How exciting is that? Not just for today, I think for a couple of days. But that's very exciting. I love that for them. Anyway, let's go. Okay, hello. Not much time has passed, honestly. It's 7:10. I think it's been about 25 minutes or something. But I I've made it to 50% of Untouchable. I've got to be honest, I haven't particularly been enjoying this book. It's a motorcycle romance, and essentially she is the president's daughter, and not the president of the country, the president of the motorcycle club, and Ace is his VP, so vice president. And you know, it's a case of don't touch the president's daughter. But Ace and Katrina have always had like a friendship, especially from being kids. And then for a good chunk of time, I don't know if she like moved away or something, but she's back in town again, and he's starting to notice her in a different light. But what I'm finding with this book is that I've never read anything from this author before, but I'm actually finding it a little bit cringy. I'm finding some of the dialogue a little bit cringy, and I'm just finding that I'm not invested in Ace and Katrina as a couple or as a potential couple. It's a slow burn. I'm 50% in. Literally nothing has happened so far between them. The suspense side of it is interesting, but not enough that I'm invested to continue on with the book. I'm just sat here thinking to myself, I could be reading something else I'm enjoying a little bit more. So I think I'm going to DNF this as well. I don't know what's going on with me. Maybe I've just been reading too much and I'm starting to hit a little slump. I don't know, which isn't good. Or maybe it's just not a great read for me. Unfortunately, again, for me, like with Joyland, the ratings are all 4 and 5 star. I mean, it's a brand new release. Like, it literally came out a couple of days ago. So they're like ARC review releases, but ARC reviews, but yeah, they're all 4 and 5 star. They're all praising the book. So I don't know if it's me or if it's the book in general, but just not having a good time. So I think I'm actually going to DNF this one. And I think what I'm going to do is pick up The Summer Hikaru Died Volume 5 and read this until the audiobook is released for the Reaper, and then we'll just get on with that. I don't see the point in starting something else now that I'm not going to be able to finish today. So might as well get on with this, which is the other thing that I want to read, and then the Reaper will probably be the last thing that I read for this vlog. So I'm going to do that. I don't want this clip to be too long. So let's get on with this and, yeah, see how the rest of the day goes. Okay, hello, it is 9:30. I have a couple of updates for you. So I did read The Summer Hikaru Died Volume 5. I'll just show a picture of it on screen because it's over on my desk and I can't be bothered to move. I did read this one, again, gave it 3.5 stars. I'm starting to, my intrigue is waning with this series. So we'll have to see. Volume 6 comes out later on this year, so I will read that one and then I'll make a decision on what to do with the series. I don't know how long it's supposed to be. So yeah, my intrigue is waning a little bit, but 3.5 stars still. Same rating that I think all of them have had so far. So yeah, but I'm up to date with that series now. It is what it is. And then I filmed a TikTok and a reel, same thing, but it will be cross-posted. It was just a very quick one, and edited that. And now I am reading The Reaper by Jackson P. Brown. So I don't think I've given you a synopsis of this at all. So let me tell you what this is about. A ride through the underground fantasy world of London. Amy is an empath able to sense the auras of supernatural creatures that stalk London at night, but without a guide and sorely lacking knowledge, she spends night after night searching for answers. Gerald is a reaper, an assassin for hire on the verge of his awakening, of coming into his power and becoming the man his family need him to be, the man they demand he be. When Amy stumbles across Gerald one night, she notices his strange aura unlike anything she has felt before. Afraid but desperate to know more, she follows, and Gerald makes her an offer she can't refuse. Become his partner and he will introduce her into a world she has only ever felt the shallow surface of, the secret underground city. And their first mission together, find the girl who murdered her parents. So I'm currently 30 pages into this one. I was sent this by Del Rey and the release day for it is today, which is Thursday the 10th of July. So I was really excited about this. I was excited about the premise of it and I was really, really looking forward to it. I'm 30 pages in and am I in a mood? What's wrong with me? I don't know what's going on here. So the writing style of this is very overly descriptive. Everything is over described, and I can now see why this is 400 pages. I reckon if I manage to get to the end of this book, I reckon I'm going to be telling you that this could have been 100, 150 pages shorter, because it's just so overly descriptive. Chapter 2 was basically a relatively quick chapter, but a chapter of Amy waking up and making porridge. That's it. It was literally her waking up and making porridge, and just the descriptions of, was it porridge? What was it? Yeah, cornmeal porridge. It was literally these 2 pages and these 2 pages talking about the porridge. And then I've gotten to chapter 4 now, and we've just had this as an example. After work, she bought a beef and cheese patty from the Caribbean shop and nibbled away as she walked. It was her first meal of the day, and as her anxiety sunk into the soles of her feet, her appetite steadily returned. After her patty, she bought a carton of mango Rubicon from the shop a few yards down, finishing it soon after. I don't care. Why do I care about that? That could have been cut out. What was the need? Just tell us she got some food and that's it. I just feel like it's entirely over-described, and I'm going to be spending a lot of my time with this zoning in and out. I'm liking the urban setting. I will say I haven't read urban fantasy for a really long time. I think the Shadowhunters maybe, or maybe even Crescent City, because I think that was more recent that I've read than the Shadowhunters. But like Shadowhunters, Crescent City were like probably the last urban fantasies that I've read, and I'm not sure if I like urban fantasy anymore. It's weirding me out. Oh no, to be fair, actually, after saying that, the Mina and the Undead series by Amy Corr was urban fantasy. It was set in New Orleans and it was vampires. So I'm wrong, because I finished this last year. So I am wrong with that, and I did enjoy that series. I don't know, it's reading quite YA as well. This is an adult book, but it's reading quite YA. I'm just not sure how I'm feeling about it, and it's not going great, which is not a good sign. So I'm not sure what to do here. I do need to hang my washing up outside, and I obviously said I was going to go out. So I may try and finish this chapter, see how I'm feeling, go out and do what I needed to do this morning, and then make a decision on what to do with this. I feel like maybe I should probably try and give it like 100 pages, but I've already picked my phone up twice and zoned out. And I'm mad because I spent a credit on the audiobook. So I'm annoyed about that as well. Should have waited for it to come out on Spotify first. I just did not, there was no doubt in my mind that I was going to enjoy this, and I'm just not. Oh, fuck. Is it me? Am I the problem? Maybe that sentence wasn't so bad. Maybe I need to take a picture of that and send it round to a couple of people and just say, am I the problem here? Anyway, I'm going to hang the washing up. I'm going to finish this chapter, hang the washing up. I will go out, potter about, and then make a decision on this when I get back. I'm going to be so pissed if I'm DNFing this. So pissed. I've been so excited about reading this all week. Fuck's sake. Fuck. Right, okay, let's go. Okay, hello, I am back. It is significantly later in the day. It's 1:15. My apologies if you can hear that. Apparently it's absolutely vital that somebody is power soaring some, I don't know what it is. But anyway, so I am back and I thought I would show you what I got. I nipped to TK Maxx and I nipped to Matalan. I also did nip to Home Bargains and also Iceland on the way home, but I got bits from Matalan and TK Maxx. So from TK Maxx, I did get a couple of tops. Actually, I wasn't expecting to get any tops from TK Maxx. I always forget how good their clothes are. So I got this little cropped tee, which was cute. This was $6.99. And I thought that was cute. I have crop tees in black, white and a blue one, but I don't have one in this greeny colour. So I did pick up that. And then I also picked up this cropped sweater off the sale rail. And I'm really excited about it. It's really cute. How cute is that for like in winter time or autumn? This was an absolute bargain. It was £3. Bargain central. I'm well proud of myself for that find, to be fair. So £3 for that. And then also from TK Maxx, I picked up this June 2025 to December 2026 planner. Obviously, I have a lot on my plate at the moment with not just work, but also life stuff, especially with planning the wedding for next year. So I need to get my shit together. So I did pick this one up. It's really, really cute, actually, and I absolutely love it. And it will lie flat. And each month starts off with a full monthly calendar to look at. Not all diaries and journals work like that. And then you get like a week to view, which I love. So that'll be handy. I also kind of want to use this I want to start doing one of those, you know, like a line a day thing, where you just kind of describe your day in a line if you like, or more than a line if you want to do more than a line. I kind of want to start doing that as well. I feel like it'd be good for the memes. And then I also picked up The Rom-Commers by Catherine Centre. Felt silly to go into TK Maxx and not pick a book up. I had another one in my hand. I had Ready or Not by Carla Bastone, I think it is. But I have it on my Kindle. There was literally no need for me to have a physical copy. So I picked this one up, $3.99. Bargain central. So that was TK Maxx, TJ Maxx in the States. And then in Matalan, I picked up some little baubles. I needed some of these. I needed a couple more of these things as well. I don't know what the hell they are, but blending sponge. And I also got this cute picnic blanket in the sale with straws on. How adorable is that? And then on the flip side, it'll be like waterproof, so you can put it on the ground. Adorable. Reduced from £15 to £7.50. Half price. Bargain central. I've been looking for one of them for ages. And then I also managed to grab myself a pair of denim black shorts, which I'm obsessed with. They're frayed at the bottom. And I'd tried a whole bunch of stuff on in the changing rooms and I was getting really, really down about it. This is why I don't like going clothes shopping, because I get really, really down about the way the clothes don't fit me properly. And I know that probably about, let's say 80% of it isn't about my body. It is about the manufacturing of the clothes. But I'm very aware of that, but it really doesn't help with my self-confidence. So I tried on probably, I would say about 8 items, and these were the last ones. And I was absolutely dying for these to fit, because we need something black attire or red attire for one of the days this weekend for reasons, and it's gloriously sunny outside, so I was going to wear like a long sleeve black dress or something. Absolutely not, it's too hot. So I have like again, like the green tee that I showed you, I have a black crop tee, so I was thinking it might go nice with some black jeans shorts, and I didn't own any, so put these on. Fit like a glove, so comfortable. I was so happy. So very happy about those. 14 quid for them. Bargain central. So that was my little haul. I thought I would show you that. I do need to get on with packing. And I have made a decision about the Reaper by Jackson P. Brown. I'm going to DNF this. I ended up sending a picture of the section that I read out to you about the beef and cheese patty. I sent it to Jade. I also sent it to Zoe. Jade came back with a very reasonable view of it, that, what did she say? It's weirdly descriptive, but I think maybe it's trying to show the easing of anxiety, which fair enough. And then Zoe was Zoe's was, that feels a little jarring. I understand it's urban fantasy, but also it could have very much been condensed down to, as her appetite slowly returned, she bought a patty from the shop and felt her anxiety start to disappear. No need for all of that. So yeah, she also made a comment about the fact that as she read further down the page, because I just sent the whole page, as she read further down the page, she said it felt like it was written by a 12-year-old. And weirdly enough, when I've been reading it, it feels like it's YA, and it's not. It's supposed to be adult. So it's really bizarre. I feel like it was written as a YA and then somehow it's been upgraded to adult. So it's quite strange, and I'm not feeling it. I don't know. Maybe as more reviews come in, I might come back to it, but right now it's not working for me, and this is now the 4th DNF for Summerween, the 3rd one in this video alone, which I'm not feeling too good about, I've got to be honest. So I've been racking my brain for the last hour. I was racking my brain the whole time I was out. I've been racking my brain for the whole hour. I was hoping that Kill Your Darlings would be here for the read-along that I'm involved in with Book Break by Peter Swanson that I've been banging on about since the first video. But it's not here. It's not been delivered. So on that basis, I'm actually just gonna, this is a little bit of a cop-out, but I'm actually just gonna pick up a new graphic novel that came in yesterday called Phantom Hearts by Rosie Talbot and Sarah Maxwell. I got this yesterday and it was delivered yesterday. So I'm just gonna pick this up. It came out in 2024. I'm literally just gonna read this. I think I'm gonna pick a film for us to watch later using that jar that I made in video 1 in the first vlog for this Summerween. And we will watch that later. I'll get a clip of it, and then I think once I've read this, I will give you a review, and then I'm just going to wrap the vlog up. I think that's what I'm going to do. So just to get it edited early on, I think that is pretty much what I'm going to do, and just kind of be done with the day. This has really upset me. It's really, really bothered me. So I'm so bothered about that because I was so excited for this. It's really bugged me and it's really put me on a downer, and I'm really hoping that this will be good because I really don't want to finish this vlog off on a DNF or anything less than 3 stars, because I will say I've not had a fantastic reading time with Summerween. I've had a great time doing Summerween as a whole, but I haven't had a great time with the books I've been reading, to be fair. So yeah, it's not been wonderful. There was so much, I also forgot to mention as well, there was so much Halloween stuff in TK Maxx, and there was loads in Matalan as well, which is very exciting indeed. And I forgot to show you my nails that I got yesterday. I went for a really simple, because I didn't have much time on my hands yesterday, so I went for really simple. The inspiration picture that I was using had yellow instead of like orange, but orange is Jade's favourite colour, and it just made sense. So very simple nails this time round. I'm back again in 2 weeks, so I'll go for something a bit more complicated then. But yeah, so I'm going to get going. I'm going to get this read. I'm going to pick the movie for us to watch this evening, and I will come back, give you my review on this, let you know everything I've read for the week and how the week has gone as a whole, and then I'm going to wrap the vlog up there. So let's do this. All right, it's 20 to 3. Andy's home early from work. Come and say hello.
Hello.
Come and say hello.
Hello.
The camera's there.
Hello. I don't like that.
Andy's going to pick a movie out of this jar reluctantly because he has looked through it to see what's on the sheets, which he shouldn't have done. So, yeah. And he doesn't want to watch any of these, which is hilarious because The Conjuring is one of his favourite films. So, he's just being a wet wipe. So...
No, it's not it.
I don't want to watch it.
See what pansy film we get.
It's not pansy film. You have to make sure you show everyone. It's not one of the horror movies. Down a bit. Legion.
Yeah.
It's not one of the horror movies.
Not even a horror film.
Doesn't need to be a horror film. Okay, so we're going to watch Legion later. Just wanted to come on and do that real quick with you. Okay, hello. It is almost 4 p.m. and I'm going to wrap this vlog up. We haven't watched the movie yet. We'll watch it later. But you did see the clip just before this one of Andy pulling Legion out of the TBR jar. I've seen this a couple of times. It turns out he's never seen it. I don't know if I believe that, to be honest. But it was Legion. Not necessarily a horror movie. It is a bit scary, to be fair. I don't know what this would be classified as, but I do like it. It's got Paul Bettany in it, and it's a very good movie. So, we'll watch that later on. But I am here to wrap this vlog up. It is time. I need to get it edited, and I need to pack. And while Andy's home early now as well, which I wasn't expecting, it might be nice to spend just a little bit of time with him this evening because obviously I'm going away for the weekend and then he'll be back at work on Monday as well. So I do come back on Sunday, but there's no guaranteed time yet. So I don't know how much time I'll get with him on Sunday. So in order to wrap this up, I do need to tell you about everything that I read for Summerween for the whole week, and then I will give you my full thoughts on Phantom Hearts as well. So we're going to go through this in order. If you have not yet seen vlog 1 and vlog 2 for Summerween, I would recommend going watching them. I'll leave them linked up here, but I'll also leave them linked in the description box down below so you're not spoiled for what else I read. But on Friday I did get home from, sorry for the shaking, on Friday, I did get home from Egypt early hours of the morning, so I didn't read too much on Friday, but I did manage to get through The Summer Hikaru Died Volume 2, which I did give 3.5 stars. Enjoyed myself. Not loving this series, but I'm intrigued enough to continue on with it, as you will see as the week goes on. On Saturday, I did continue on with The Summer Hikaru Died with Volume 3. I gave this one 3.5 stars as well. And I also read Witches Volume 1. There was never a Volume 2 or further. I gave this one 2 stars. Didn't love it. It will be being on hold. And I read these two, both of them, I think it was both of them, definitely this one, for Jade's Pokeathon Gym as well. So yeah, for the prompts of has witches in it, it's called Witches, and also to unhaul a book as well, this one. So I read both of those, and I also read Tell Me What You Did, which I gave 4 stars by Carter Wilson. This was really good, and I had a good time with it. I think I started this one on holiday maybe, but yeah, gave it 4 stars, had a good time. On Sunday I went to my parents to watch the F1. It was my dad's birthday, but I did start Horror Hotel by Victoria Fulton and Faith McLaren, and I DNF'd this one about 80 pages in, wasn't enjoying myself. And then I moved on to Sour Candy, which I actually gave 3 stars, so didn't hate it, but it's been on my Kindle for a really long time, so I'm glad I finally got into it. On Monday I read all of How to Make a Horror Movie and Survive by Craig D. Louis. Didn't love this one, gave it 2.5 stars. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be, and I didn't enjoy myself too much with this one. I'm a little bit gutted that I continued on with it. I should have DNF'd it. I was hoping it was going to get better, but it just didn't, so it is what it is. On Tuesday I did read all of Bird Box by Josh Malerman, which I gave 4 stars. Really enjoyed this one, had a very good time. Excited to continue reading more from Josh, and also to pick up Mallory as well, which is the next one in the series. I also started Joyland by Stephen King, and I continued on with Untouchable by Sarah Purtell, which I'd started while I was on holiday. I had an arc of it, and I'd started it while I was on holiday, so I continued on with that as well. And then on Wednesday, I made the decision to DNF Joyland by Stephen King. I was really struggling with this. I got 55% in, I think, but I was just so bored with it, and I wasn't having a good time. It only would have taken me an hour and a half to finish the book off, but I don't think it would have got much more than about 1.5, 2 stars, so I didn't see the point. I also continued on with Untouchable at this point, not for not for many pages, but I did continue on with it. And then I also read The Summer Hikaru Died Volume 4, which I gave 3.5 stars. Shock. And then today, Thursday, has been quite the eventful day. This morning I made the decision, actually probably last night to be fair, but this morning I made the decision to DNF Untouchable by Sarah Purtell. I'm just not having a good time with that book. I'm not feeling it between Ace and Kat, and it's just, I don't know, it's a little bit cringe. Some of the dialogue was a little bit cringe and I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't having a good time. So I did DNF that one. I also this morning read The Summer Hikaru Died Volume 5, so I'm completely up to date with this series now, and I gave this one 3.5 stars. And then my intention for the day was to read all of The Reaper by Jackson P. Brown on release day. I was very excited for it. I'd gotten the audiobook and I got 30 pages in and made the decision to DNF this one. I wasn't having a good time. I have given you all of the reasons why with this one, but the writing just feels very childish. It feels like it's a YA that's had an adult sticker stamped on it for some reason. I'm not sure. And it was just overly descriptive, way too descriptive. I just wasn't enjoying myself with it. So I made the decision to DNF that. I am devastated about that. I'm not going to lie. And then on that basis, I did make the decision to then pick up Phantom Hearts, which came in yesterday. I actually didn't even tell you what this was about. It's basically about, we're following our main character, who's Malia. Her life is a little bit upside down. She doesn't really get on with her mum. She doesn't speak to her dad too much. They are both together. She's got friends at school, but she feels like they don't really understand her, and she's struggling with depression. She loves photography, but her mum keeps pushing her to try and do something more with her life, so that she's always got something to fall back on if photography doesn't work out. And then there is an accident in which the school bus, which her dad drives, is involved in a crash, and 4 of the students at school are killed, and her dad is in a coma in the hospital. He's blamed for it. Malia starts seeing the ghosts of the people that were killed on the school bus, and they're trying to figure out exactly what has happened. So that's essentially what's going on with this one. I liked it. It took me a while to get used to the illustration style. It also took me a while to get used to the order in which the speech bubbles were going, because they weren't really making too much sense. But once I got into it and I realised like I could differentiate who was who and stuff, I really got into it and I thought it was really interesting. It's a really good look at grief, at depression, anxiety. It's also very queer as well. We've got bisexual characters in here. We have trans character in here. It's just really interesting and I really enjoyed this one. It also references Heartstopper as well. But I had a good time with it. I thought it was good and I ended up giving this one 4 stars. So I'm glad I picked this one up and finished the readathon off with something more than 3 stars, because it's been a bit of an up and down Summerween for me this time. I've had 4 DNFs. I have completed 10 books, but I did have 4 DNFs. I think my favourite book of the whole readathon was probably Bird Box, very closely followed by Phantom Hearts and then Tell Me What You Did. But I had a lot of middling books, I will say, like Sour Candy and then all of The Summer Hikaru Died were all 3 stars, 3.5 stars. And then we had How to Make a Horror Movie and Survive, 2.5 stars, which is 2 stars. So, you know, and then the 4 DNFs with Horror Hotel, The Reaper, what else did I DNF? Untouchable, and Joyland as well. So a lot of DNFs for 1 week, to be fair. That is a lot of DNFs. I don't know if I'm losing my patience a little bit because I've been like literally balls to the wall with my reading from the Egypt vlog and then also this one, or whether I'm losing my patience because it's been a really busy week trying to keep up with Summerween while also making sure that I'm ahead with my content and ready for going to London this weekend, whilst also recovering from being back from holiday, because that hasn't been easy as well. I'm still not 100%. I still don't feel particularly well. So it's been a lot and maybe my patience is wearing thin. Maybe some of these books I will come back to. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I can't believe like 30 pages and I've ended up DNFing this. This is probably the book that I'm the most gutted about DNFing. Of all of them, this is the one I'm the most gutted because I had really high hopes for this. I was very excited about the empath side of things, the vampires, the Reaper. You know, I was excited about it being set in London and it being an urban fantasy. Maybe urban fantasy isn't for me anymore. Maybe that's just not my jam anymore. I need it to be in a fantastical world. But alas, it's not worked out for me. Thanks to Del Rey for sending me this regardless, but yeah, it was a DNF for me, unfortunately. I really hope everyone else loves it more than I do. I truly do, because I obviously want debut authors to do very, very well. But yeah, for me, it just didn't work out. Maybe I'm the problem. Who the heck knows? But yeah, that is my wrap up on Summerween. Productive, but not a great selection, I will say. I did mention that I may do 24 hours of Summerween for my 24-hour timer challenge at the end of the month. I am not guaranteeing that. I will see how I feel after this coming week, and I've had a break from horror a little bit. I do still have the Sundown Motel on my TBR that I need to get to this month. It may be a case of 24 hours of just trying to get through whatever else is left on my TBR, or I may do something entirely different. I may mood read, or I may do 24 hours of Summerween. We'll see how I'm feeling, but right now, I don't want to do 24 hours of Summerween. I was very excited about it yesterday, but after today's turn of events, it's not gone very well. So we'll see. Maybe after some recovery, I will do it. I just wanted to mention it again because I know I mentioned it once or twice in here. So I just wanted to mention it again. It's not guaranteed, so don't get your hopes up. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Chat to me in the comments down below. Did you take part in Summerween? If you did, let me know what your favourite book was. If you didn't, have you got any horror and thriller recommendations for me? I have an entire shelf filled with them, but right now, every time I look at them, I don't want to pick them up. So I'm interested in more recommendations for sure. It's not the books that are the problem, it's me. I'm in a mood. But yeah, thanks again to Gabby, as always, for hosting Summerween. I love it every single year. I love all of the Ween readathons. So yeah, thanks again to Gabby for hosting. Truly appreciate it. And I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye for now.